and you go to a person who can do muscle testing. And what's important for that, rather than you just go through the list with me, is that you will get a visceral physiological feedback loop, and it'll be you'll be in rapport with the person who's doing the testing, and you'll be able to resonate with that and feel more empowered about that. So as far as going through a list of things here and having that be particularly beneficial, we certainly could do that, but I'm not sure that's the best use of my time.
Yeah.
Or yours.
Well, I think the bigger question maybe that I did come in with was like what to learn from this experience, you know. And I don't know how much information to give you around it or not, but it's been, for the last decade, pretty central to my experience in life. Yeah.
It's calling you to find your center. It's calling you to find your inner power, which may mean less action, less doing, and more knowing and being. And that will feed you. Right now, the energy flow gets choked off because of certain beliefs and discouragement, which is completely understandable. And so you actually end up getting less energy to your physical body, to your projects, to your dreams, to the things that you have passion about. And it becomes your reality, and becomes the state of how things are. And so it's sort of like this this loop that you're due. So somehow you're able to release that, and the energy opens, and you're able to move more and more into the direction that you want, and then you're unable to stand in your center for whatever reason, and then you end up having more health challenges, and then you end up back in that place again. You are very, very capable of moving beyond that. It is quite possibly a very temporary situation for you. Things can lighten up and lift up for you. You've seen your health wax and wane, and you have the great potential of really finding full, radiant health again. So it has to do with really finding that groundedness, that center point, that inner core. And it's not a foreign concept to you. You've been working on it your whole life. So let's see. When your health challenges come up for you, instead of doing something really big to try to make a difference, your practice right now is just somehow surrendering to that, just letting it be, not giving up, not resigning. Just say, oh, in a gentle way, oh, here we are again. And don't even ask, what do I need to learn from this? Just simply go, oh, this is an opportunity for me to move into being. And now I remember from this time and this time and this time how to be more easeful about simply being. And then you'll bring that wisdom to it. And that will grow the energy to the point where you no longer will end up at the depth of that discouragement, but it will slowly bring your awareness and your capacity, or even your capacity to hold more and more energy, and you won't drop to those levels of unwellness, and discouragement.
And fear. I mean, that's
fear.
a big one. I get really overwhelmed sometimes with the fear of it. Yeah, that's helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. And it's also important to really draw your awareness to the fact that you have more support than you know. that on a very physical, material plane, you have a lot of resources. And it's important for you to be able and willing to ask for what you want or what you need, and really see the people in your life and the resources in your life as being available to you. It actually will create a level of relationship that will really that will really feed your soul. So be open to receiving. Trust that receiving is going to be very, very important and very rewarding for you. Yeah. Is there anything specific you'd like to ask?
Oh, you know, I came in with a little list of more specific questions, but what you've shared feels like so much more central to what I'm like truly interested in, which is this sense of being more and more myself, and giving more and more of myself, and then this piece of receiving in order to do that feels really important too. I mean, if you have any other sense of other like skills to be developing in this way, or practices that would really benefit that kind of flowering, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, well, what I'm seeing right now is any earth-based spiritual practices are going to be really valuable for you. Could be Native American, could be pagan, could be whatever appeals to you. But really recognize that you are very earth-oriented, and you will receive a great deal of, in the metaphysical world, we see it as energy from the earth. In the very practical world, you're connected to the electromagnetic field of the earth's surface. And the way I'm seeing it right now is the more you can feel your feet grounded and connected with the earth on walks, or just standing in the woods, someplace where you're really on the earth rather than pavement, you're going to be able to draw that energy up through what the yogic tradition calls the first chakra. And it's going to bubble up like a well, like a spring coming up. And it's a never-ending source of energy that can come right up into your being and help you establish that central core, nurture that central core, bathe that central core in empowerment, so that you know that you're not doing it all on your own, and that this stream, this upwelling, is always available. It's always happening. It's always there for you to tap into. So if there was one practice, that could be the practice for you. It just creates a few moments. It takes a few moments of visualization, willingness to stop, willingness to suspend as many thoughts as possible, willingness to show up in the actual present moment, and imagine. And after a certain point, you will literally be able to feel that upwelling of energy, and know that it's coming up, and it's also coming back down and grounding you. Because what you want to be careful of is not to take the energy up and just keep going and get lost in the cosmic wonder, because that really, you're very able to do that. You could spend days, years, months up there. The important thing is that you get grounded, you draw that energy up. You can move into ecstatic state, probably not the best use of your time right now. it's more about feeling connected to the earth and drawing that energy back down and really connecting down. So you're cycled into the earth energy, which will help you have more of that grounded core. And then you can, from that place, you can visit those higher states, those ecstatic states, those spiritual states, which are lovely, but they're not really practically serving you ultimately right now in your life. They're a nice place to go, a nice place to visit, but you're incarnated here in this body for a reason, and that's what your passion is about. So you have to show up and be in your physical being in order for that to unfold in your life. Yeah. So thank you for your time. It's been really lovely.
Thank you.
And I really feel your energy in my body. It's really beautiful, beautiful energy. And I really wish you well.
Thank you.
It's really a delight to have you in my presence and have me in your presence. Thank you.
I feel a lot of gratitude. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful reading. Thanks.
So I'd like to ask you a couple of questions, brief questions. First of all, have you ever met or talked with Lyona before today?
Never.
Never, okay. Just to be clear about that. And how was this for you? What was this experience like for you?
Well, there's a layer of self-consciousness just knowing that I'm being filmed. But besides that, it was really lovely. I mean, I felt very deeply seen, actually. Yeah.
Can you share with me what you resonated with, or?
Yeah. So I think actually she just sort of plugged into some of the main themes I've been working with in my life, and one of those is effort, and how I've have a real history and deep habit of trying very, very hard, efforting through life, and coming from there into a place of trust and the power that comes from trust, and then also this opening to receiving. So all of those have been sort of, in my thoughts and conversation, and in some sense of deep knowing for my own self, like what shifts are really important for me. And she just like right away just said all of that.
Did you have a sense that she was able to see things that she wouldn't have otherwise known?
That I would not have otherwise known?
No, I mean that she couldn't have known about you already?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Great.
Yeah, no, I actually, I felt, like I said, I just felt very seen.
Great.
And on a level that is, was very like deep, kind of soul work scene, and that's more of what I'm hungry for too. So that was actually really refreshing. Like I didn't know exactly what questions to ask. Is it like, am I allergic to potatoes, or is it, what is my soul's journey in this life? And I feel like she went right there, and so that was what I was hungry for. Yeah.
Great. Thanks. Did you feel like you got practical information or guidance that you might be able to use now or in the near future?
Yeah, she did. She gave me, a couple of ideas for working with those themes that I think are going to be useful for me. Yeah, I want to remember them actually. Note to self.
Well, you'll get to see a copy of this, so anything that you forgot, you'll get to pick up on.
Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you so much for participating. We really enjoyed having you.
Thanks, William. Thanks for inviting me. Yeah.